Our October 25th, 2018 Longview City Council meeting is now called to order. Tonight, our prayer and pledge will be led by Cameron Foy, a senior at Christian Heritage Classical School. Cameron is a member of the Evangelistic Presbyterian Church of Longview, president of the National Honor Society, and an Eagle Scout. Cameron's plans are to attend Texas State University and major in graphic designing after graduation. Please rise.
Please pray with me. Heavenly Father, we come humbly before you this evening in awe of your power and majesty. It is because of who you are that we ask for your wisdom and guidance to be granted to those on this council. We thank you for the great city of Longview and all the blessings you have given to us. Most of all, we thank you for Christ's sacrifice on the cross, and it is in his name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cameron, thank you very much. And I've said it a million times and I'll say it again. We are in great shape when young men like this are the future of our community. So thank you very much, Cameron. We are now to employee recognition. Tonight, we're going to recognize the planning and zoning in the Metropolitan Planning Organization. Tonight, we recognize the City of Longview's planning divisions, which include planning and zoning and the Metropolitan Planning Organization, or MPO. Together, the divisions manage all programs related to land use, historic preservation, and transportation planning for the City of Longview. This year, the City of Longview is recognized by the Texas chapter of the American Planning Association with the Certificate of Achievement for Planning Excellence. This award recognizes cities exhibiting professional planning standards, increasing awareness of professional planning, and aiding in economic development and community image. Planning and zoning staff have been active and coordinated the Comprehensive Plan Advisory Committee, 2 small area plans, Unified Development Code, and historic preservation. Longview MPO is responsible for the administration of the area's transportation planning activities, which include portions of Gregg, Harrison, and Upshur counties. Longview MPO recently finalized a bicycle and pedestrian plan, a comprehensive transportation network of sidewalks, multi-use pathways, and other pedestrian and bicycle facilities. This work included considerable citizen outreach efforts, including public open houses, several stakeholder meetings, and a survey that received an impressive number of responses. Please come forward. Brian McBride, Sharon McCord, Macy Wires, Angela Choi, and Michael Shirley. Come on up, gang. You know, it's kind of hard to group these two together, the MPO and the Development Services and Planning Committee, because they do so much, and that so needs to go way out there. You know, our MPO is so important in getting us streets and things from TxDOT and money from TxDOT, and we've been very successful in the last few years doing that, thanks to the hard work of these individuals. We have gotten to a point where our connectivity is the lifeline of the community. And when you have connectivity, meaning you connect one spot to another spot to increase traffic flow or make another thoroughfare or relieve traffic flow from another area, that's what helps your community grow. And this is so vitally important to the success of our community. We've been very, very fortunate to have wonderful people like this working on our behalf. And you know, we don't even realize it's being done. Don't even realize who's doing it. But guess what? This is who's doing it. And so we owe you all a wonderful debt of gratitude for what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Don't stop now, because we're on a roll. We're going to keep this going and keep on going as far as we can. So thank you all so much for your continued effort, your support, your commitment, the drive, the way you do it, the way you all just make this city run. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Thank y'all. Appreciate you very much. Very few things happen in our city as far as development goes without P&Z and the MPO involved. And so you just don't realize what a vital role they play in our community and how important they are to bringing things to the community, development, businesses, and the people that are already here doing things. It's so important. So you all keep up the good work. We really, really appreciate you on this. High time you all were recognized for your wonderful example you're setting for the city. So thank you so much. We are now to community recognition. Well, I have to tell you, I know you're expecting my other Go-Giver nominees tonight, but that's not going to happen tonight. I couldn't get schedules arranged appropriately, and so that will be put off till our next meeting. But in lieu of that, I'm so thankful we have another community recognition. Mr. David Wright, will you take it over, please?
Sure thing. I'm glad I could cover for you tonight, Mr. Mayor.
That's why it says Mayor Pro Tem.
I'd like to bring up the Spring Hill Cross Country team, the men, and Samantha Schott from the women's team. They will be going to state this year, and they've done a great job, so I'd like to bring them up and introduce them to you. And let me read their names because I would leave somebody out if I didn't read from the list here. Hayden Bray. Hayden, raise your hand. Okay. Nick Bodenheimer. Mason Hancock. Austin Martin. Caleb Hutchinson. Kaylin Barlow. And Marshall Bodenheimer. And then Sam Schott. Coach Alford. And this Coach Alford.
Get up there, Dave. Y'all get the picture.
Coach, how many miles do these kids run every day to get prepared for this?
Average about 7 or 5 to 7. Average.
Hey, let's bring the superintendent up too, Steve Snell.
I appreciate the applause and thank you, Mr. Wright, for recognizing him. Coach Alford is a rock star in Spring Hill. I think every one of the students and the parents can attest to that. And y'all know we've had a lot of rain and a little colder than expected. They're out there every day running and grinding. So very, very proud of them and their accomplishment.
And as the mayor said, this is another group. I mean, it kind of makes you not have to worry about the future, I think.
That's right. Absolutely.
Let's get a picture.
Okay.
Okay. Is that Mason?
Mason Hancock.
This is Mason Hancock. I think Mason wanted to come up by himself so he could get Here, can you get us all in?
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thanks for all y'all do for the city of Longview.
Thanks, Steve. You guys and girls bring home some hardware, okay? Expect you to go to that state tournament and bring something back for us. Congratulations. We're now to citizen comment. I have a few speaker cards tonight. Mr. Steve Crane.
Mr. Mayor, council people, audience, my name is Steve Crane, 3805 Treetop Lane, Longview, Texas. I just want to reassure people, well, first of all, I'm a member of the CPAC, and this last couple of years serving on that committee has given me a great deal of respect and well, first knowledge, and from that a great deal of respect for the folks in the development services who put together that bond package. So that award tonight that they received should be evidence to the community at large that these are well-informed, hardworking people that have the interest of Longview at heart. And this bond package that they prepared, help us prepare for the public, the three proposals, are well thought out, and they're very much needed. Now, as a senior citizen, and I know I don't look it, so there's no need to say anything, I appreciate that, but I understand my taxes are not going to go up. So I want to reassure those people who are on fixed income, that this bond program is not going to affect them if they've got homestead exemptions. Okay? But even having said that, you know, I know what this program means for the future of this community, and were I, even if I wasn't the age that I am today, I would be more than happy to support this minimal tax increase, because I know what it means for the future of this community and for our kids and for our grandkids and their kids. So I just want to say thank you to the council for your hard work, in particular Ms. Ishara and Mr. Moore for your tireless efforts on behalf of the citizens of this community and this bond program, and for the staff in putting it all together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crane. Matthew Prosser.
Hello, you guys. Matthew Prosser, 1705 Rainbow Drive. I'm also a member of the CPAC committee, and I'm not a senior citizen, though I feel it sometimes. I'm speaking in support of the proposals that are before the voters. You know, do I have 3 minutes?
Yes, sir.
That's not enough time for why I support it. The main thing, though, is I believe in the future of Longview. I believe in the potential of Longview. I believe in the opportunity that's presented before us with this bond issue, these three proposals. And it's important for me that Longview moves forward. I live, work here in Longview. I've got 5 kids. I'm raising them with the idea that they'll grow up and maybe they'll go off. I did, but they'll come back and they'll put down roots and they'll raise their families here and they'll invest, and we'll keep going with that. And so, you know, I'm trying to educate them as I'm educating myself. And it's so important that a community invests in itself, that a community sees potential there. You can drive around the back roads of East Texas and find a lot of communities that are looking pretty rough. They're slowly dwindling, they're slowly dying. And, you know, I don't want to see that happen to Longview, because, you know, there's so many great things that are happening here. And so I just, you know, a lot of my reasons are personal, they're financial, they're economical, they're political, what have you. But I don't want people to support the bond because I say so, because any of you guys say so, any of the community says so, or anything. I want people to vote for it because they believe in Longview. They believe in the future of Longview, and they want to invest in the future of Longview. That's why I'm doing it, and that's why a lot of people who are in support of the bond issue are doing it. So that's all I have to say. Keep up the great work, guys.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Judy Listenberg.
Good evening, Mayor Mack, council people. I'm here tonight because I'm so excited to tell you about my new projects. Thanks with the Longview Fire Department. Do we have we're supposed to have a flyer projected up here. Do we have one? No? Anyway. Our first one is, some of you are aware of the Stop the Bleed campaign that the guys have been working on. Our original plan was to ask for help to buy 7 more of the kits to help train people in case of an emergency. We all know what to do. But Longview Regional Hospital has stepped up and bought all of them. So we can scratch that off of our list. But we're going to move on to the next thing. Last year we bought ballistic vests for the red trucks and the ambulances. This year it's brought to our attention that they really need ballistic helmets to really protect themselves when they run into danger. So we have already satisfied less than half of that. We need 58 of them. The first 6 were purchased by Christus Good Shepherd. And then, as we know, the givers in Longview, first on the list, Casa Flora. They buy 10. So this is going to be an easy project, and we can have those guys protected. The next thing is we need individual kits to go with the Stop the Bleed. so that each classroom, God forbid we have to use them, each classroom would have an individual kit so that they would have a tourniquet, they would have gauze, and they would have the knowledge to know what to do in a disaster situation. I have flyers here if you would like one. We have information. Amy Dodgen has kindly made this for us. And the helmets are $255 a piece. We are selling them tonight. So love to fill out some of these and fulfill some more of the helmets. The individual kits are $43. This is something that the schools are involved in, so they have been trained by Amy and Chief Stillman and their crew. So those are things that we need to ask the city to help us with, and you can do that on Saturday at Lewis Morgan in the parking lot.
Thank you, Ms. Judy. Ms. Karen Maines.
Good, I guess it's good evening now. Council, Mayor, Mr. Bonds, thank you. My name's Karen Maines. I live at 3014 Bill Owens Parkway. First, I want to share a quick story. A few years ago, I was talking to a lady who had just recently moved to our city. Her husband was relocating his business here. He had already been here for a couple of visits, and it was time to bring in the wife and the kids. She comes to town. He picks her up at the airport. He takes her up 149, and then suddenly he's going east on I-20. Then he gets to the loop, and he goes up East Loop 281 around the city because he was worried about her first impressions of Longview, because he was moving a business here, and his wife still had that veto vote. That's still a situation we face today. When we start talking about let's bring businesses to Longview, how many times as a city council, God bless you, you hear it all the time, why are these businesses not coming here? Why don't we have the Amazons, the Googles, why are they not coming here? Businesses are not things, they're people, they're families, and they go places where they want to live. And they want to live in places that offer the amenities that they've seen in either where they're coming from or the other cities that are trying to get their business. So they look for those amenities. Longview, unfortunately, has hit the roller coaster of 2008, oil and gas ups and downs. It's a blessing sometimes and it's a curse sometimes. We would push back projects because budget cuts were necessary. You have to keep the fire trucks running, so maybe the roads have to be pushed aside. Those things are the realities of your job, and it's a difficult one. But now we're getting into an era where we're in a little better position. We can compete now with some of these other cities. So we have to stop thinking about businesses as something. They're people. If we're not willing to invest in our city, why would they want to invest in our city? So this bond is important from that standpoint. Invest in our streets, invest in our parks, invest in our safety, all the checked boxes that we've been wanting to spend our money on. As a taxpayer, I will be honored to spend my money. I'm not quite to the senior level yet, but I'm really getting close. And I'll be happy to spend my money for this bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Charles Florio.
Good evening, everyone. Charles Florio, 1304 Cornell Street in Central Longview. Mr. Pirtle is my councilman. Although my degrees are in economics, I took one elective class from a PR professor. And I remember, even though that class was in 1960, I remember one thing he said: democracy is not a spectator sport. It requires all of us to extend our time and our talents out into our neighborhoods and our communities and make things happen for the betterment of everyone. And he also said that democracy requires us to vote. I remember my high school civics teacher saying that there was a correlation between countries who lost their right to vote and who had poor voting records. And there's a lot of studies that show that. So voting shows interest and engagement and duty, civic duty. In democracy, each generation has built public works or infrastructure for the next generation to use. We leave a legacy. Imagine a generation that did not leave a legacy for their children and grandchildren. All of us enjoy every day what previous generations have provided for us. We take them for granted. Even those people who are against the bond, they have children who are enrolled in schools that were built by bonds. We don't buy houses and we don't buy cars with cash. Few of us would have that. We have to issue bonds, and because the projects will last a long, long time. Mr. Wade enlightened me as to why the last bond issue passed. There was a huge voter turnout in his district because it was a competitive election and people decided to vote for the bond issue. Otherwise, it wouldn't have passed because the other districts, it didn't pass. So a large turnout, I would predict, means positive. And I urge everyone, I voted, and I urge everyone to vote, whether you're for or against it. We need to vote. So democracy is not a spectator sport. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have no more speaker cards. Would anyone else like to speak and fill out a card after the meeting? Very well. Both Chief Steelman and Chief Bishop are out tonight, so we won't have any public safety update, but I can assure you everything is well. We're now at a consent agenda. Any items council likes pulled off for separate discussion?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We're now to action item. Consider resolution directing development services to prepare a service plan for extending full municipal service to areas located within the ETJ from Loop 281 north of Page Road. Ms. Joy.
Thank you, Mayor Mack, members of council, and Mr. Bonds. Staff has received a request for annexation of approximately 7.307 acres of land situated within the city of Longview's ETJ, located directly adjacent to our city limits on the north side of East Loop 281, north of Page Road. Staff is requesting that City Council enact a resolution directing staff to prepare a service plan for this area. As stated previously, this is a property owner and developer requested annexation. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Any questions of Ms. Joy?
Who is this making application to this?
Carlson Engineering, along with Scott Hamilton, the property owner.
Okay. Do we have an estimated cost of what it's going to take to get the utilities over there, and where are they at now?
We do not. That's what we would do in the service plan.
Okay. I think the guy up on the corner at one time wanted to try to bring the sewer or something across there, and it was an estimated cost of around $70,000. So that was told to me by another developer that was working with him on that time at that. So I don't know. I mean, what is this company that they want to put there?
This is one of the 9% tax credit applications that was supported earlier this year by council. It's for senior living apartments.
Okay.
Ms. Choi, aren't we, this is just an action item to give you direction to do a service plan. We're not
Yes, sir.
agreeing to do it yet.
Yes,
This is
sir.
just a service plan. They'll come back to us and say, this is the cost, these are the benefits, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then we'll have to
Correct.
hold 2 public hearings as well.
Exactly. We're
Yes,
just
sir.
giving you authority to go ahead and move forward to see if it is going to be feasible for the city.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Exactly.
Move to approve.
Second.
Hold on, Mr. Pearl, is that all
Yeah,
your
I'm good.
questions? Okay, thank you, Steve. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We're now items of community interest. Mr. Moore.
As part of the community-wide Thanksgiving food drive, once again, the Longview Public Library is sponsoring Food for Fines from November 1st to November 20th. If anybody has a library fine outstanding, if for every $1 of fine, if you'll bring the library a 12-ounce can or box, it's an excellent way to pay off your fine and help the community, so I would urge you to do so. Thanks.
Ms. Snoddy.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Mr. Wade.
I wanted to acknowledge a local dentist who has occupied an office in my district, Dr. Harper. He celebrated his 98th birthday last week. So I wanted to acknowledge him. He's been a long time devout Longview citizen, numerous awards recognized from the city, Gregg County, and the state of Texas, a World War II veteran. And so just wanted to acknowledge him tonight and for everyone to wish him a happy birthday. The next thing is I just want to encourage everyone to get out and vote. You know, we take our job serious only because of the seriousness and your demands of how you want to see our city, our state, and our country ran. And so I'd just like to encourage everyone to get out and vote. Polls are open. Please get out, exercise your vote, take friends with you. Thank you, sir.
And Ray, Dr. Harper is a wonderful man. I've had the privilege and honor of working with him for 30 years, and just a wonderful, wonderful man with such a wonderful heart, kind, caring, great practitioner. His patients love him, so thank you for bringing that up. And happy birthday, Dr. Harper. What a fine gentleman, what a fine example he is for our community. Yeah. Thank you, Ray. Ms. Ishihara.
Nothing for me.
Mr. Wright.
Is Dr. Harper still practicing?
I think it'll work on you.
Well, it kind of sounded like it. I just want to reiterate, get out and vote.
Mr. Pirtle.
Nothing for me.
Mr. Bonds. Okay. The City of Longview voters will consider 3 separate propositions relating to public safety facilities, streets and infrastructure, and parks as part of a November 6th bond election. Early voting is underway at polling locations established in Gregg County and Harrison County. Learn more at longviewtexas.gov/bond. And like Council has said, citizens, get out and vote. I voted today. It's very easy. It takes 5 minutes. And I've said this before. If you don't vote, don't complain, because you have every right to get out and vote. And if you decide not to, then you really shouldn't have a complaint at all. So good turnout would be fantastic. Vote your conscience and exercise your right. It's sacrificed by many people to give you that right to go out and do that. So due to scheduled maintenance, curbside recycling services will not be available in Longview during the week of November 5th to November the 8th. Contents from curbside recycling carts will be taken to the landfill with regular trash rather than being recycled. If customers prefer, they may choose to hold recycling until the week of November 12th to the 15th when recycling will resume. For more information, please visit longviewtexas.gov/recycle. Longview Green and Clean is a partnership between the City of Longview Recycling Program and Keep Longview Beautiful. The next event is 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday, November 10th at Lear Park. Popular items can be recycled, including electronics, tires, batteries, eyeglasses, mixed recycling, glass, motor oil, and antifreeze. So some items are limited, so learn more at longviewtexas.com/LGC. And that's a great, that is a great service that we do provide. Because half the time you don't know where to take some of these things and what to do with them. And now, take it. And if they can't recycle it, they'll tell you. But that's a great opportunity to get rid of your things that you don't know what to do with. Because I know I have some, and I can't wait to send them out there. So thank you for doing that, Longview. That's Longview Green and Clean. Way to go. Upcoming events. There are several upcoming events throughout Longview community. Make plans to attend the last 2 shows of our free concert series, Downtown Live, on Friday, October 26th. The Social Club will perform on Friday, November 2nd. The Mansion Family will close out the series. Don't miss the live music, food trucks, and mingling at Heritage Plaza. And I'll say it again, great time to go out and meet your neighbors and your citizens and take your family and friends and enjoy yourself. It's a great time to be in Longview. During the Longview Museum of Fine Arts on Saturday, October 27th, for a magical event at the Summit Club for Monsters, Ball, Magic, and Mayhem. This annual event is the best Halloween party in town, so come and enjoy delicious seated dinner, silent and live auctions, complimentary beer and wine, and a costume contest with prizes. Ticket information is available at lmfa.org. Grassroots is the green at the Green is a new event that will promote creative expressions of grassroots artists. On Saturday, November 3rd, stop by Longview's newest outdoor venue, the Green, and enjoy handcrafting and unique items, live music, food trucks, and fresh air. Learn all the details at longviewtexas.gov/roots. For information on these events, check out our calendar at visitlongviewtexas.com or city events, visit longviewtexas.gov/calendar. Okay, survey question. I bet you I kind of surprised you on this one, didn't I? I have a reason behind it, I'll tell you. Have you visited or taken advantage of any of the City of Longview library services in the last year? Yes or no? Well, I'm surprised it was that high. 60% said no, 40% said yes, which I'm thrilled that we had 40% say yes. That means we're making you more aware of what our library offers, because I'm telling you, our library it's top notch. I'm going to read you something. Throughout the year, the Longview Public Library offers many different events, programs, and services to entertain, enlighten, and enrich the lives of the citizens of our great community. Patrons all across Texas can receive a free library card that gives them free access to thousands of private books, printed books, as well as e-books, audio books, e-audio books. Also included are DVDs, Blu-rays, TV shows, music albums, graphic novels, genealogy databases, and more on any computer, tablet, or mobile device. Some of the public library's annual events include, y'all, I knew you were going to put this one, the Chautauqua Festival, a celebration of local art and culture, and it is awesome. I just can't pronounce it. The Summer Reading Club, a summer-long reading program for all ages that sees over 2,000 child participants and over 200 adult participants each year. Did you get that? 2,000 children and 200 adults come to the Summer Reading Club. That is phenomenal, and it's a free event. I mean, that's what our library does. The Haunted Library, which is so awesome as well. It's a unique community event that attracts thousands of locals who otherwise may never visit the library. Novel Night, a classy, entertaining fundraiser to aid the library in providing the best resources and materials to its patrons. You know, these large events are accompanied each month with other various free events, including book clubs, crafts, trivia, tutoring, murder mysteries, escape rooms, story times, parties, tours, contests, and more. Whether you're 5 or 95, the library has something to improve your quality of life, and that is no lie. I mean, I just want to tell you, the library staff, they're awesome. Laura, all of y'all, the whole, it's a package over there that you just got to go and take advantage of. And I'm really proud that our city has a library of this magnitude. You know, the Coughlin family just donated a large sum of money to that library to help enhance what they're already doing. And that just shows how the community supports it. But go out and take advantage of it. It's a great place to be and a great time to go and hang out. Okay, fun question. Who is the scariest horror movie character? Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and say right now, I do not watch horror movies. I'm scared of them. I don't like them. I spend too much time outside in the woods by myself. I don't do horror movies. I'm just telling you. Okay, I'm going to just give you the, and I don't even know half these people because I don't want to know who these things are. Here are your hands. 14%, the clown from It. I know clowns are scary. The Scream guy with the mask. Chucky from Child's Play, 16%. Okay, 22% Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs. I did see that one, and I wish I would have never seen it because I can't look at that the same way. 6% Freddy Krueger from Friday. You know, Freddy Krueger, 20 years ago, that would have been number one. But now Freddy Krueger's like a Child's Play with all the crazy, scary things they have out there now. 10% Michael Meyers from Halloween, 20% I don't know, nor do I care. That's me. 9% others. But yeah, I had to throw that in. There's no reason or rhyme behind that question. I just had to, it's Halloween. What the heck? So, okay. I appreciate your attendance tonight. I appreciate you hanging in there with us and being a part of this meeting. Thank you, Council, for what you do. Thank you, Mr. Bonds and staff, for what you all do. I look forward to another meeting in November. Until then, we are adjourned.